Roger Montgomery from Montgomery Investment Management, and welcome to this week's Video Insight. Now, Bill Shorten's attack on franked dividends is not so much the trumpet call of a class war as it is a trumpet call of a generational war. He's simply pitting millennials against baby boomers, and he believes the outcome will be the same as the recent plebiscite. Watching the ABC's Q&A earlier in the week, you could see his scheme playing out. Millennials, those born after 1982, believe that anyone with a share portfolio is an undeserving rich lister and probably shouldn't be getting cash returns, rebates or refunds from the government. In fact, during the week, a Fairfax journo wrote that he had asked his self-funded retiree father, quote, why asset-rich retirees should get away with paying negative tax rates for owning shares when younger workers like me front up at the office each day and lose 30 to 50%. Of course, he forgets that's precisely the path that his father took. The generational conflict has begun, but millennials can't see the future. Many haven't had kids and they don't appreciate how time accelerates. They don't believe they will ever get old, retirement is so far away it's irrelevant, and they don't believe that they will ever have a share portfolio or $1 million. But that's where they're wrong. You see, millennials are the children and grandchildren of the very people Shorten is attacking. Voting for Labor is a vote against your parents and grandparents. Voting for Shorten is a vote to force your parents and grandparents to sell assets to supplement their income, leaving them with less to give you when they eventually pass away. As I'll demonstrate in a moment, Shorten's proposal will erode the value of the asset base your family has built. In many cases, it will force them to sell assets to supplement their depleted income, robbing millennials of any chance of receiving any kind of gift from their parents or grandparents, while guaranteeing those same millennials will have to work longer and harder than any generation ever before them. A millennial born in 1982 will be turning 37 this year if they haven't already. And in 33 years, they'll be 70 years old. In other words, they're more than halfway there. $1 million today at 3% inflation will be worth just $377,000 when they turn 70. In other words, having $377,000 today is what it will feel like in 2051 with $1 million. If you're a millennial, you need to get started investing in property, shares and managed funds as soon as possible. But there are a lot of hurdles in the way. There's a family to build, holidays to go on, children to raise, and gifts to buy them for Christmas. There are lots of distractions and costs. And that is why you need a tax environment where making your money work for you is rewarded rather than punished. We've calculated that for a couple with $380,500 in assets, an income of $150 a week, who still qualify for the full pension, they're earning less than the official poverty line for a couple with 2 kids. Total weekly earnings would be $824.20 per week, and of that, $150 per week comes from investments. Keeping in mind the average weekly rent for a 1-bedroom flat in Sydney's inner ring is $660 and $490 per week in Sydney's middle ring, that leaves just about $330 per week for a retired couple to live off. Discounted travel will be possible and concessions are available for medication, but try running, insuring and maintaining a modest car, going to dinner or having a holiday with what's left, and you can forget about ever replacing the car when it conks out. If the $150 a week of allowable additional income is all from fully franked dividends, it means the Australian Tax Office is paying your parents or grandparents $45 a week. And that $45 is what Bill Shorten wants to take away. Remember, we're talking about everyone's parents and grandparents here. Do you really want to make their life even tougher and then make your life tougher once they're gone? If you do, vote for Labor at the next election. Of course, there are retirees earning millions of dollars a year from investment income and paying little tax, but there aren't many of them, and there are many more people who are earning very little. Bill Shorten wants to treat them all the same. His proposal is a regressive sledgehammer and therefore un-Australian. And his belief that millennials can be tricked into ripping off their own grandparents and ultimately themselves is frightening. I'm Roger Montgomery, and we look forward to seeing you again at the next Investment Insight. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.